Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lesson that every great achiever knows, but not everyone practices: work hard in silence. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, where people post their goals before they've even taken the first step, I challenge you to do something different. To resist the temptation to announce. To step away from the noise and step into the work. Actions carry weight. Words, while powerful, often lose their impact if they are not followed by genuine effort and tangible results. This is a principle that transcends time, cultures, and industries. Promises are easy to make. We can say we will achieve greatness, pledge to change our habits, or vow to deliver something extraordinary. But at the end of the day, it is not what we say that defines us, it is what we do. When you focus on action over words, you tap into the core of authenticity. Talking about your goals or ambitions might provide a temporary rush of excitement or even validation from others, but that's all it is: temporary. Words alone do not build businesses, strengthen relationships, or lead to personal growth. Words don't solve problems or create opportunities. It is action, deliberate and consistent, that moves the needle forward. Think about the people who inspire us most. They are rarely the ones who spend their time boasting about what they're going to do. They are the ones who lead by example, the ones who show up every day, work hard, and let their results do all the talking. Their achievements make the loudest statement without a single word spoken. On the other hand, there is a danger in overpromising. When we spend too much time announcing our plans or setting lofty expectations, we risk becoming trapped in the illusion of progress. The act of declaring our goals can sometimes trick our brains into feeling like we've already accomplished something. But in reality, those words have done nothing to push us closer to our target. Worse, if we fail to follow through on what we've promised, we lose credibility, not just with others, but with ourselves. Letting your results speak louder than your promises requires a shift in mindset. It means embracing humility and understanding that recognition will come when it's earned, not when it's demanded. It requires a commitment to doing the work, even when it's mundane, difficult, or unseen. Because it's in those quiet moments of effort that true transformation happens. There's a certain power in restraint. When you keep your ambitions close to your chest and focus on executing your vision, you free yourself from the distractions of external opinions. You stop worrying about proving yourself to others and start focusing on proving yourself to you. Each small step forward, each accomplishment builds momentum and confidence. And as your actions compound over time, they create a story that no words ever could. Results have a way of cutting through noise. They are undeniable, concrete, and lasting. A finished project, a skill mastered, or a goal achieved sends a clear message to the world. It says, this is who I am, and this is what I'm capable of. No explanation needed. So instead of telling the world what you're going to do, just do it. Put your head down, stay focused, and work. Let the results speak for themselves. When the time comes, the silence you kept will be more powerful than any promise you could have made. Silence is often misunderstood. In a world that values noise, constant communication, and the need to broadcast every moment, silence can be mistaken for weakness or passivity. But silence is neither. It is a tool, a strategy, and a form of strength that often holds more power than words or outward action. True strength is not always loud or visible sometimes. It lies in the quiet moments of preparation, reflection, and discipline. Silence creates space for clarity. In a world full of distractions, it is in silence that we can hear ourselves think, analyze, and truly understand what matters most. It allows us to filter out the chaos and focus on what's important. While others might be caught up in endless chatter, reacting impulsively to every situation, silence gives you the ability to pause, observe, and strategize. It's in these moments of quiet that plans are made, resilience is built, and character is forged. Preparation is key to achieving greatness, and preparation happens in silence. Athletes train for months, sometimes years, away from the spotlight to perfect their craft. Writers toil for hours, rewriting and revising their words before presenting them to the world. Entrepreneurs spend sleepless nights developing their ideas long before they announce their ventures. These moments of quiet work are not glamorous, but they are essential. Without them, there can be no meaningful success. Silence, then, is not an activity, it is the foundation of all productive action. Strength also comes from the ability to resist the urge to explain or justify yourself to others. Silence shows confidence. It demonstrates that you do not need to announce your intentions, defend your decisions, or seek validation for your efforts. There is immense power in not revealing everything and holding back and letting your work speak for itself. Those who are loud may gain attention quickly, but those who move silently often achieve results that are deeper and more enduring. Furthermore, silence allows for focus. When you are not distracted by the need to constantly share or prove yourself, you can direct your energy toward the task at hand. This kind of focus breeds consistency, and consistency is what turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes. While others are busy making noise, those who embrace silence are busy making progress. But perhaps the greatest strength in silence is its ability to create anticipation. Silence speaks volumes without uttering a word. It builds intrigue and respect because it shows discipline. It shows that you are someone who values action over words, someone who is steady and intentional. When the time finally comes to reveal what you've been working on, the impact is far greater because you've allowed your results to be the loudest part of your journey. Silence is not emptiness, it is potential. It is the calm before the storm, the quiet before the symphony. It is preparation for something greater, a reflection of inner strength, and a mark of true discipline. In a world that often mistakes noise for power, silence is a quiet force that speaks volumes. In a world filled with distractions, staying focused on the process is one of the greatest challenges and one of the most essential skills for achieving success. Noise surrounds us constantly. It comes in the form of opinions, social media updates, comparisons to others, and the endless pursuit of external validation. But none of that noise contributes to progress. In fact, it pulls us further away from what truly matters, the work itself. Achievement isn't built on grand gestures or quick wins, it's built on consistent effort day after day. And that consistency comes from focusing on the process. The process is where growth happens. It's the hours you put in when no one's watching, the discipline you cultivate, and the small, deliberate steps you take toward your goals. But the moment you let noise creep in, whether it's worrying about what others think, chasing applause, or getting distracted by things outside your control, you dilute your focus and derail your progress. The process demands patience. It's not flashy or exciting, and it doesn't always provide immediate rewards. That's why so many people abandon it. They get caught up in the allure of shortcuts, the thrill of quick recognition, or the distraction of comparing their journey to someone else's. But the truth is, distraction is the enemy of achievement. Every time you divert your attention to things that don't matter, you lose momentum. And when you lose momentum, you lose the opportunity to build something meaningful. Noise can also create doubt. When you're too focused on external factors, whether it's criticism, competition, or even praise, you start questioning yourself. Am I doing enough? Am I on the right path? These doubts can become paralyzing, pulling you away from the work that will ultimately answer those questions. The process, on the other hand, is steady and grounding. It reminds you that the only thing you need to control is your effort. When you give your all to the process, the results will eventually take care of themselves. Focusing on the process also keeps you in the present moment. Noise often pulls us into the past or the future, regretting what's already happened or worrying about what's to come. But the process is about the here and now. It's about doing your best with what's in front of you today. When you embrace that, you find a sense of purpose and fulfillment that no amount of external recognition can provide. True achievement doesn't come from chasing outcomes or trying to prove yourself to others. It comes from staying committed to the work, regardless of who's watching or what the world is saying. It comes from tuning out the noise, putting your head down, and trusting that the process will lead you where you need to go. The world will always be noisy. There will always be distractions, opinions, and temptations to take your eyes off the goal. But if you stay focused on the process, if you commit to the journey rather than getting lost in the noise, you'll find that achievement isn't just a destination. It's the quiet satisfaction of knowing you gave your all every step of the way. True recognition is never instant. It is earned over time through consistent effort, dedication, and an unyielding commitment to your craft. In a world that thrives on quick results and immediate gratification, patience is an often overlooked but essential cornerstone of lasting success. The path to true recognition is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And like any marathon, it requires endurance, resilience, and the ability to trust the process, even when the results aren't immediately visible. The reality is that great achievements are built slowly, layer by layer. Whether you're honing a skill, building a business, or pursuing a dream, the foundation must be strong. That foundation takes time to construct. It's the long hours spent practicing, the failures you endure, and the lessons you learn along the way. These are the elements that create something worth recognizing. But because this work often happens behind the scenes, it can feel like progress is invisible. That's where patience comes in. It reminds you that just because you don't see the fruits of your labor today doesn't mean they're not growing. Patience is not passive, it's active. It's the ability to stay focused and committed, even when the rewards seem distant. It's about showing up every day and doing the work, trusting that your efforts are building towards something greater. Patience doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for success to come to you. It means continuing to put in the effort, even when the applause hasn't arrived yet. Those who understand this are the ones who achieve lasting recognition because they're not just chasing fleeting moments of validation, they're building legacies. Many people give up too soon because they expect recognition to come quickly. They mistake early challenges or slow progress for failure. But true success often requires enduring periods of obscurity. These are the times when you're refining your skills, overcoming obstacles, and proving to yourself that you're worthy of the recognition you seek. If you're willing to be patient, these periods of quiet growth can become your greatest strength. They prepare you for the moment when recognition finally comes, because by then you'll be ready to handle it. It's also important to recognize that instant recognition is rarely enduring. Achievements that come quickly often fade just as fast because they lack depth. True recognition, on the other hand, lasts because it's built on substance. It's earned through hard work, perseverance, and the ability to deliver results time and time again. When people recognize you for something meaningful, it's because you've shown them consistency, excellence, and integrity over time. Patience allows you to see the bigger picture. It helps you resist the urge to rush or compromise your standards for the sake of quick wins. It teaches you to value the journey as much as the destination, knowing that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goals. And when recognition finally comes, it's all the more rewarding because you'll know it wasn't given, it was earned. True recognition takes time, and that time is what makes it worthwhile. Genuine work, the kind that builds a solid foundation for lasting success, often goes unseen. It happens quietly in the background, far from the spotlight or applause. Much like the roots of a mighty tree, this work grows deep, unseen by the world above, yet it is the very thing that gives the tree its strength and stability. Without strong roots, even the tallest tree would collapse at the first sign of a storm. Similarly, without the unseen efforts that build skill, character, and resilience, success cannot stand the test of time. We live in an era that celebrates visibility. Achievements are broadcasted, milestones are shared, and recognition is sought at every turn. But what's often overlooked is the invisible work that comes before those achievements. The hours spent learning, the failures endured in silence, and the persistence required to improve, these are the roots that allow success to grow. They don't attract attention, and they're rarely acknowledged, but they are the most critical part of the process. The unseen nature of genuine work can feel discouraging at times. It's not easy to keep pushing forward when no one is watching, when there's no applause or validation. But this is where true character is built. The ability to work diligently even when there's no immediate reward is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who only achieve fleeting recognition. The unseen effort isn't glamorous, but it's powerful. It lays the groundwork for something that will one day be undeniable. Think about the roots of a tree. They grow slowly, spreading wide and deep, anchoring the tree to the earth. No one admires the roots, but without them, the tree would have no foundation. The roots are where the real work happens, drawing in nutrients, securing the structure, and ensuring the tree can weather storms. The same is true for personal or professional growth. The work you do behind the scenes is what feeds your progress. It's not flashy, but it's essential. Genuine work is also a testament to humility. It's about focusing on the process rather than seeking external validation. Those who are willing to embrace the unseen work understand that success is not about being noticed, it's about being prepared. When the time comes to step into the spotlight, they can do so with confidence because they've put in the effort to build something real and sustainable. The world often only sees the results, the tree in full bloom, the accolades, the achievements, but those results would not exist without the unseen labor that came first. Every breakthrough, every victory is the culmination of countless moments spent striving, learning, and growing in silence. Genuine work may go unnoticed for a time, but it's the very thing that ensures lasting success. So while others may chase visibility, focus on growing your roots. Trust in the value of the work you do when no one is looking. One day, the strength of those roots will be evident in the fruits of your labor, and the unseen efforts will have been worth it. Discipline is the backbone of success. It is the quiet force that turns dreams into reality and potential into achievement. While talent and ambition are valuable, they mean little without the consistency and self-control that discipline provides. Hard work isn't a one-time effort or a burst of energy. It is a sustained commitment, and discipline is what makes that commitment possible. The value of discipline lies in its ability to guide you through the challenges, distractions, and temptations that can derail even the most motivated individuals. It requires no applause, no validation, only your willingness to show up and do the work. At its core, discipline is about choices. It's about choosing long-term rewards over short-term gratification. It's easy to get excited about a goal in the beginning, but discipline ensures you keep going when the excitement fades. It's the decision to wake up early to train when no one is watching. It's the effort to stick to your plans when distractions arise. Discipline is what allows you to keep pushing forward, even when progress feels slow or obstacles seem insurmountable. Consistency is one of the greatest gifts that discipline provides. Anyone can work hard for a day or a week, but success comes from working hard over time. Small, consistent actions build momentum and lead to significant results. Discipline ensures that you stay committed to these actions, even when the outcome isn't immediately visible. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Discipline helps you keep moving forward step by step until the cumulative effect of your efforts leads to transformation. Self-control is another cornerstone of discipline. It's the ability to resist distractions, stay focused on your priorities, and stick to your principles. In a world filled with temptation, social media, procrastination, and the endless pursuit of external validation, self-control allows you to remain grounded. Discipline helps you tune out the noise and focus on what truly matters. It keeps you from seeking shortcuts or giving in to the desire for immediate recognition. Instead, it reminds you that the true reward lies in the work itself. Discipline also teaches resilience. It strengthens your ability to endure discomfort and overcome challenges. When you rely on discipline rather than motivation, you are less likely to quit when things get tough. Motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes based on how you feel. Discipline, however, is unwavering. It's what gets you out of bed on the days you don't feel like trying. It's what keeps you going when the odds are stacked against you. Perhaps the greatest value of discipline is that it shifts your focus inward. It teaches you to work not for applause or approval, but for your own growth and satisfaction. When you're disciplined, you don't need validation from others because you find fulfillment in the process itself. You measure success not by external praise, but by the knowledge that you gave your best effort. Discipline isn't glamorous, but it's powerful. It's the foundation upon which all meaningful work is built. With discipline, you don't just work hard, you work with purpose and consistency. And over time, that effort creates results that speak for themselves, proving that discipline is one of the most valuable traits you can develop. The pursuit of validation can be a dangerous trap. In a world where attention and approval are often mistaken for success, it's easy to fall into the habit of seeking applause rather than focusing on the real goal. But if your efforts are driven by the need to be recognized, you're not working toward lasting achievement, you're chasing fleeting moments of external praise. True success isn't about being seen or celebrated, it's about achieving something meaningful and fulfilling, regardless of who's watching. When you prioritize validation, you shift your focus away from the work itself. Instead of putting your energy into honing your craft, developing your skills, or reaching your goals, you become consumed by how others perceive you. This mindset can be distracting and destructive. It pulls you away from the process, the very thing that will lead to real growth and success, and directs your attention towards superficial measures of progress. The irony is that the more you chase applause, the less authentic your efforts become, and the further you drift from your true potential. Validation-seeking behavior also makes you vulnerable to external influences. When your self-worth depends on the approval of others, you surrender control of your path. You begin to tailor your actions to please the crowd, even if it means compromising your values or deviating from your goals. But the crowd is fickle. What earns applause today might be forgotten tomorrow. Chasing validation leaves you in a constant state of uncertainty, never fully satisfied, because external praise is never permanent or enough. True success comes from an internal drive, a deep sense of purpose that doesn't depend on the opinions of others. When you're focused on your goal, the work itself becomes the reward. You stop worrying about how it looks to the outside world and start asking yourself if you're proud of what you're creating. This shift in mindset is liberating. It allows you to give your full effort, not because someone is watching, but because it matters to you. That's where real satisfaction comes from, not applause, but the knowledge that you stayed true to your vision and gave it everything you had. Avoiding validation-seeking behavior also helps you build resilience. External approval is fleeting, but internal motivation is enduring. When you're driven by your own goals and values, you can weather criticism, rejection, or even failure without losing sight of what's important. You don't need applause to keep going because your energy comes from within. This resilience is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who burn out after chasing temporary recognition. It's natural to want encouragement or acknowledgement, but those should never be your reasons for doing the work. If you're constantly looking for validation, you'll miss the deeper rewards that come from committing to something greater than applause. Focus on the goal, not the audience. Let your results speak for themselves, and trust that the right recognition will come in its own time. When your motivation comes from within, you'll find that the journey is far more rewarding than the applause could ever be. Humility is often misunderstood in today's world, where loudness and self-promotion seem to dominate. But true greatness doesn't begin with grand gestures or bold proclamations. It begins with quiet perseverance and the willingness to work in the background, away from the spotlight. Humility is not about thinking less of yourself, but rather about understanding that growth requires patience, learning, and effort. It is the foundation on which true character is built, and character is what ultimately leads to lasting success. To be humble is to recognize that you are a work in progress. It's about acknowledging that there is always more to learn, more to improve, and more to achieve. Humility allows you to embrace challenges with an open mind, to listen to criticism without defensiveness, and to seek growth instead of validation. This mindset keeps you grounded and focused on the journey rather than getting distracted by the desire for immediate recognition or praise. Quiet perseverance is an essential aspect of humility. Greatness is not achieved overnight, it's the result of years of dedication and effort. Those who persevere in silence understand that the work they do behind the scenes is what matters most. They are not concerned with showing off their progress or seeking approval at every step. Instead, they put their heads down and stay committed to their goals, trusting that their efforts will bear fruit in time. This quiet determination builds strength, discipline, and resilience, qualities that define true character. Humility also fosters gratitude. When you approach life with humility, you appreciate the opportunities you've been given and the people who have helped you along the way. This gratitude keeps you connected to your purpose and prevents arrogance from creeping in. It reminds you that no matter how far you've come, there is always more to achieve and more ways to contribute. This perspective not only makes you a better person, but also inspires those around you. True greatness is not about being better than others, it's about being better than you were yesterday. Humility keeps you focused on self-improvement rather than competition. It allows you to celebrate others' successes without jealousy and to remain undeterred by setbacks. When you are humble, failure becomes a stepping stone rather than a roadblock because you see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. The world often celebrates those who are loud and visible, but the most impactful achievements are often the result of quiet perseverance and humility. Those who achieve greatness understand that it's not about shouting your intentions or proving yourself to others. It's about putting in the work, staying true to your values, and letting your actions speak for themselves. Humility doesn't diminish you, it elevates you by helping you focus on what truly matters. In the end, humility precedes greatness because it builds the foundation of character, discipline, and purpose that true success requires. When you embrace humility, you understand that greatness is not something you chase, it's something you earn through perseverance, patience, and the quiet commitment to being the best version of yourself. In a world that often prioritizes speed and instant results, the idea of legacy can feel distant or even irrelevant. Yet the most meaningful rewards in life are rarely those that come quickly or easily. Legacy is not built on fleeting praise or momentary applause. It is the result of sustained effort, consistent values, and a long-term commitment to something greater than yourself. While instant gratification might offer a temporary sense of achievement, it is the pursuit of legacy that delivers fulfillment, purpose, and lasting impact. The allure of instant gratification is strong. It promises quick rewards and immediate satisfaction, whether through recognition, material success, or the approval of others. But these rewards are often shallow and short-lived. They can disappear as quickly as they arrive, leaving you chasing the next moment of validation. True success, however, isn't about what you gain in the moment, it's about what you create over time. It's about building something that endures, something that reflects the best of who you are and leaves a positive mark on the world. Legacy requires patience. It demands that you think beyond today and make decisions with the future in mind. This often means sacrificing immediate rewards for the sake of something more meaningful. It's the artist who spends years perfecting their craft, the entrepreneur who builds a business with integrity, or the parent who invests time and love into raising their children. These efforts may not bring instant praise, but they create a foundation that lasts long after the fleeting moments of applause have faded. Sustained effort is the cornerstone of legacy. It's not about grand gestures or singular achievements. It's about showing up every day and giving your best, even when no one is watching. It's about consistency, persistence, and the quiet determination to keep going, even when the results aren't immediately visible. This steady effort compounds over time, creating something far greater than what could ever be achieved through quick wins or shortcuts. Legacy isn't built in a day, but through a lifetime of choices and actions. Choosing legacy over instant gratification also requires a shift in mindset. It means valuing long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure, substance over style, and impact over attention. It means being willing to delay the reward, trusting that the work you're doing now will pay off in ways that matter more deeply than the temporary rush of recognition. This mindset is not easy to adopt in a culture that celebrates speed and visibility, but it is essential for those who want to leave a lasting impact. Ultimately, the best rewards are not the ones that fade with time, but the ones that grow in significance. They come from the effort you invest in something meaningful, the values you uphold, and the lives you touch along the way. Legacy is not about what you achieve for yourself. but about what you contribute to others and to the world. It's the mark you leave behind, not in the applause you receive, but in the lives you've inspired and the difference you've made. There's a certain power in quiet dedication, in doing the work without seeking attention, without needing to explain every step of the journey. When your results speak for themselves, they carry an undeniable force. The world doesn't need to know how hard you worked or the obstacles you faced. What matters is the outcome, the mark you leave behind. If you focus on producing exceptional work, the results will become your explanation, and they will be unstoppable. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise of seeking validation, broadcasting every achievement, and constantly explaining why you deserve recognition. But this approach often distracts you from the real task at hand, delivering work that stands on its own merit. When you invest your energy into refining your craft and pursuing excellence, your results become your most powerful statement. You no longer need to shout about your accomplishments or defend your process. The work you produce will speak louder than any explanation ever could. The true test of your dedication isn't in how much you talk about your efforts, but in the quality of what you create. When you put in the time, when you're committed to pushing through the challenges, and when you consistently aim to improve, the results will be evident. And when they are, they will capture attention in the most genuine way through their excellence, their impact, and their ability to resonate with others. The world will see your work, and it won't need to ask questions. It will recognize the effort, the passion, and the expertise that went into it. The beauty of results that don't need. In conclusion, the journey to success isn't about quick wins, loud proclamations, or seeking constant validation. It's about the quiet, consistent effort that builds something meaningful over time. True greatness comes from working in silence, focusing on the process, and letting your results speak for themselves. It's about avoiding the distractions of immediate gratification and choosing the long road, one where hard work, discipline, and humility become the foundation for everything you achieve. Each of us has the potential to make an impact, but that impact is only realized when we commit to doing the necessary work, even when no one is watching. When we are driven by a purpose greater than applause or recognition, the work we do has more depth, more meaning, and more value. Our actions become a reflection of our character, our discipline, and our resilience. In those moments when the world seems silent or when success feels far away, it is in those quiet spaces that we find the strength to continue. This is where the true transformation happens, not in the rush for instant results, but in the slow, steady climb towards something bigger, something more lasting. When you focus on building your legacy instead of chasing fleeting praise, when you are consistent and disciplined in your work, the rewards will come. They may not be immediate, but they will be more profound. The recognition, the respect, and the results will speak for themselves, and they won't need an explanation. Your hard work, built on a foundation of humility and perseverance, will set you apart. The world will see your results and recognize the effort and dedication that went into creating them. These are the kinds of rewards that last, not the applause that fades quickly, but the lasting impact that stays with you and others for years to come. So let your work be the proof of your commitment. Let it reflect the values that drive you, the passion that fuels you, and the resilience that keeps you going. Keep your focus on the process, not the noise, and trust that true success isn't found in seeking validation, but in the quiet, powerful act of showing up and doing the work day in and day out. And when the results finally come, they will not only be unstoppable, they will be a testament to everything you have done and to the person you have become in the process. You don't need to tell anyone what you're working on. When it's ready, they'll see it. And when they see it, they'll have no choice but to stand back and say, wow. So I'm asking you, will you do the work? Will you rise above the noise? Will you keep going, even when no one's watching? The results? They'll speak for themselves. And when they do, trust me, the silence will have been worth it. Now get back to work. Thank you.